I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the City of Southfield regular meeting of the Planning Commission, July 30th, 2025. Could we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Bernuti,
Present.
Commissioner Goodwin-Dye,
Present.
Commissioner Gruber,
Present.
Commissioner Griffiths,
Here.
Commissioner Willis,
Here.
Commissioner Martin,
Here.
Commissioner Dr. Stevens-Gunn.
Present.
We have a full quorum.
Thank you. Are there any comments on the agenda, or do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Through the chair, I move to approve agenda as written, dated July 30th, 2025.
Second.
Got a motion to approve the agenda by Commissioner Willis, second by Commissioner Martin. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the agenda proceeds as written. Announcements and communications?
None at this time, sir.
All right. Head right into the first special land use, PSLU 25-0004. That's at 24260 Telegraph Road.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a request, special land use, to put a used vehicle sales and accessory auto service at 24260 Telegraph Road, zoned I-1 in the front. The rear 75 feet is zone P for vehicular parking. Previously, it was a small machine shop, prototyping machine shop, been for many, many, many years. They are proposing some substantial improvements to the site and dressing up the building. The site plan, because this is industrially zoned, the site plan will be administratively approved by the city planner. So this is just the special land use. You'd be making a recommendation to council, and then it would go to council next month. As noted here, the zoning on the site is I-1, general industrial in the front, and then has a rear strip of parking where it abuts the residential. That area is actually mostly landscape, presently and in the current plan. It is in the Southfield Technology Corridor. This is the site as it is now. As you can see, mostly dirt and gravel, a little bit of kind of wooded area in the rear. Building's been around for a long time. This is as the building looks today. As you can see, the gravel off the parking lot into the rear is a fence. This is the proposed site plan. This provision came in today, so it won't match exactly what's in your packet because they took care of a couple of issues. They've now pulled a couple parking spaces off of that front to keep that driveway 22 feet wide all the way to the curb, because 22 foot's our minimum two-way traffic. It had been staked down to 16, but that was a problem for two-way traffic. So you'll now see there's like one parallel spot up in that front area where there used to be parking running all the way down. The other problem with that angle parking that was all the way down is they would have been backing onto the sidewalk, which is no good. So we asked them to remove that. They have moved the ADA spaces from the last version you saw over to in front of the building, because the public entrance is across there where you see the striped walk. So that was a change that was made. And then you've got the landscape area in the back is now kind of better defined, and they put the shrubs and trees in the front. So, and we've got the dumpster enclosure reconfigured. Now the garbage truck can pull in straight and then do a T turnaround to exit, which will work for the radiuses. So that's, we went back and forth a couple times, got this refined. The only thing that needs to be fixed on this, and we can do it in the admin site plan review, is you'll notice that walk that goes out to the sidewalk, kind of where the ADA thing is that goes to the front door. There's a couple shrubs shown in there. Those will have to be shifted because that's going to be a walkway. So that's the only defect in that plan, but that'll be handled in the administrative site plan. We'll get that straightened out. I've already talked to the applicant about it. This is the floor plan. Much as you saw before, they did provide us an image, the specifications and an image of the lift to clarify what kind of lift it was. It's one of those vehicle ones that comes in like with a fork and lifts the whole vehicle up off the ground. So that is the model of lift they're putting into the building, as you see up in the top right. The picture that was on the plan was a little small, so I actually looked up the manufacturer's spec and got a better photo to put in here for clarity. This is just the elevations of the building as it'll be revised, and then we do have elevations. As you can see, cultured stone on the front, some new windows, wraparound awning. Got some fencing there that's to secure the rear part of the property when they're not open. And the petitioner is present, if they'd please come forward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Sema, 400 Monroe, Suite 240, Detroit, Michigan.
Anything additional you'd like to add about the project, go ahead.
Yes. So where we are over here, we're trying for dealership, and we are over here. The last time I was over here, there was some storage cars in the location. After the meeting, I went over there and made sure everything was removed again to clean it up, so there's nothing left in that place, because they was using it for storage and some where they have access. So we took care of all that now. And at the same time, we did some modification to the blueprint, whatever it needed for all the parking, about 12 parking just for the sales cars, 7 car for customers, 3 for employees, and we have dumpster in the back of the location. So, and we're only doing accessory, we don't do any work for anybody else. If we do any work, that's gonna be only for our cars when we get it from the auction. And we work with a lot of late model cars over here.
Okay.
All right. We do need to hold a public
Yeah, I was
hearing.
gonna say, both of these are public hearing, okay. This is a public hearing, I'm gonna ask you to take a seat for a minute here. Let's open up the public hearing for this item at the time. Just have a seat, we'll call you back up. Any members here of the public would like to speak on this project, please approach at this time. Seeing none, close the public hearing. Sorry, just a formality. Open up to the commission. Dr. Stevens-Gunn, any additional comments or questions?
I just have one question. Once you receive approval, what is your timeline for start, and how long do you think it's going to take to open the business?
I would say within 4 to 5 months, we like to be before Christmas if we have all our permits ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Martin?
No questions at this time.
Commissioner Willis?
No question, but a comment that was an eyesore. I think this is absolutely an upgrade, and I'm glad you're doing it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Grube?
No questions at this time.
No questions.
Board of Coach?
Thank you. My only question is, would you tell me what you mean by vehicle repair accessories to the vehicle sales use on there? I'm not clear on that.
When we say accessory cars, are the one when we get the car from the auction, bring it to the shop, if they need any repair. We don't do any repair for any customers at all.
So that was what I saw when I visited the place.
That's completely I did mention that the last time, because they were using it, because they bought the property, they were kind of overstaffed at the location. So I told them they have to be everything removed back, and we did remove everything, all the cars been removed.
Okay,
We did
thank
clean
you
it
for
up.
the upgrade
Yes, I
as
did.
well.
And
Make
Mr.
sure
Chairman, from the
we
staff's
got-
point of view, accessory auto repair means they can only work on dealership cars. You can't roll in there as a member of the public with your car and get it serviced. It's only to work on dealership vehicles.
Sir, could you use the microphone, please?
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm having a heck of a time.
Thank you.
Okay. You're all set? Okay.
Thank you.
Is that any other questions? No. Okay. Nothing from me. Do we have a recommendation from the planning department?
Yes, sir. We are recommending favorable recommendation of the special land use by Atlas Consulting on behalf of Journey Express LLC to renovate and reuse the building. That's the old address. That should be 24260, not 24450. Sorry. Didn't miss that in the edit, but that's fine. We'll fix that right now. 24260. Telegraph, Southfield, Michigan. And we're proposing that as it's harmonious with the appropriate orderly development of the industrial district, location, size, and intensity of operation, is unlikely to cause nuisance. Proposed use is in accord with the spirit and purpose of the chapter, not inconsistent or contrary to good planning principles, not likely to have a negative impact on vehicular traffic, shouldn't have any adverse effects in terms of noise, dirt, glare, odor, or fumes, and not adverse to health, safety, welfare of the community. Approval based on the facts, documentation, representation, and stipulations submitted with the applicant and placed on the record. Conditions are approval of the site plan by the city planner, continuous compliance with all applicable codes, laws, and ordinances, permits issued by the city, hours of operation Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Thank you. With that, we're looking for a recommendation on PSLU 25-0004.
To the chair, I recommend that we accept the favorable recommendation from the planning department for PSLU 25-0004.
I second that.
We've got a favorable recommendation by Dr. Stevens-Gunn, supported by Commissioner Bernuti. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No. All right, favorable recommendation. Please continue to talk with the planning department for your other approvals.
Thank you very much, appreciate you.
Thank
We
you.
thank you.
Don't forget your pictures.
Microphone's working now. Nice renderings.
You still have your-
Always helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is at 24749 Maryland Street. This is also a special land use, PSLU 25-0005.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As noted, this is currently a family day child care home, which is a permitted by right in the home residence. They want to upgrade that to a group child care home, which allows up to 12 children to be under care at one time, requires a state license, and requires a special land use. So they are looking at hours Monday through Thursday. Eventually, we had some discussion, and she hopes to grow to these hours, so I said, well, that's what we'll put for the condition if you want to grow to these hours. Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, Friday, 8:30 to 2. As I said, she has been operating for a number of years as a family daycare home. We haven't really, I looked through the code enforcement cases and everything, I couldn't find any records of any issues. As looking at the property, it is on Maryland Street. It's all R3 residential zoning, single-family homes. Master plan is a moderate density, single-family. That's all very consistent. This is a aerial photo recent of the property. You can see it's a ranch house, it's shallow backyard, driveway, pretty standard configuration. Curb area, well-kept house. This is the basement floor plan, which is where the daycare is at. As we discussed last time, they do have stairs and egress window. So they have two means of egress, which is a requirement. We do have a photo showing the space now as it is configured that the applicant provided. And I believe the petitioner is present, if they would come forward.
State your name and address, please, for the record, and anything you'd like to add.
Sure. My name is Abigail Pierce, 24749 Maryland Street. The children I care for fondly call me Mora Abigail. Mora in Hebrew means teacher. I want to start by thanking everyone from the City Planning Department for getting us this far. I'm here tonight to request approval for a special land use permit, which allows me to use my home to take care of 6 additional children in the Southfield community. This is not just a job for me, it's my calling. I grew up in a family that ran and still runs a home-based childcare. So caring for children has always been part of who I am. For the past 19 years, I've worked in early childhood education. And since 2016, I've operated a fully licensed home daycare right here in my Southfield home. I have a bachelor's degree in education, and I'm proud to share that my program has earned and maintained a 5-star rating, the highest possible under the Michigan's Great Start to Quality Education. My goal is simple: to provide children with a warm, nurturing environment where they feel safe, loved, and excited to learn. I believe every child is a unique, precious gift, and I do everything I can to help them shine. socially, emotionally, and developmentally. There is something truly special and calming about growing up in a child care home setting, and many parents choose me for this exact reason. If approved, this expansion will allow me to serve more families. Around 90% of the families whom I serve live right here in Southfield. I would create another full-time job hiring an assistant teacher to work with me. Our home is city inspected, up to code, and includes safety features that exceed residential requirements. I'm CPR and first aid certified. I complete 10 continuous educational hours annually. And state child care regulations ensure all staff and family members are background checked and fingerprinted. I want to acknowledge an important concern: traffic. My hours of operation do not overlap with morning rush hour, and drop-off and pickup is usually staggered. I take being a good neighbor seriously, and I've spoken with our immediate neighbors, many of whom are here tonight to show their support. This expansion will allow me to give more to the community while keeping our warm host-based setting intact. Thank you for considering my request and for your continued support in early education in Southfield.
All right, thank you. This is a public hearing. I'm going to ask you to take a brief step back, open up the public hearing at this time. Any members of the public would like to speak on this project, please approach at this time. Please state your name and address for the record first. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. And make sure you get close to the microphone.
Hi, my name is Sharon Jones, and I preside at 15670 Addison Street, which is in the same subdivision as Ms. Pierce. And I am a recent retiree of a child care business in my home for the last 24 years. And I just want to say that I've never had any complaints about traffic, noise, or anything, and I was licensed for group as well, which is really up to 14 children at this time by the state. Ms. Pierce seems like she has everything in place for the licensing requirements for the state of Michigan, and so I fully, want to support, her growing. I get calls every day. I'm trying to outsource people looking for care, so that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Good evening. My name is Patricia Oliver. My husband, Carthel, and I have been Southfield residents for the past 39 years. We've lived in the same neighborhood, and we are next-door neighbors to the Pierce family. We're very happy to say that during our tenure here, we've been blessed with many wonderful neighbors over the years. The Pierce family has been no exception. They joined us 10 years ago. John, Abby, and their beautiful children have been very friendly, very neighborly, and their children are very well-mannered, very respectful, and they just like having fun, and I like that. They bring life to the neighborhood. Abby's profession is providing daycare service in her home. During our frequent chats, she has shared her educational credentials, her training, and her experience with me. She has a very pleasant, patient, caring personality with a constant, beautiful smile that the children really do seem to love. And that smile carries over when she speaks about her students as well as her own children, her family. She truly is a second mother to them. There's no doubt in my mind that her professionalism and her creativity qualifies her to be able to accommodate additional students in her program. So, my husband and I are very supportive of the expansion of Mrs. Pearson's daycare program. Thank you.
Thank you. I know you said you're next door. What street address, or what street number?
We're at 24761.
Okay. Thank you.
Right next door.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good evening. Oh, let me point this up. My name is John Barber. I am the neighbor from the other side. I'm at 24727 Maryland Street.
All right.
Been a DT employee for 23 years. Had the pleasure of moving into Southfield a little over 15 years ago, and had nothing but good experience with all of my neighbors, as they've spoken to. And even things like kids on the grass, or you would think toys are out, none of that, no issues, very respectful. I've had the pleasure of just hanging out with the kids, no different than anybody else in the neighborhood. I have 2 small dogs, love the children, love the neighborhood, no noise. I have to go out to work often in the middle of the day. I kind of work from home a couple of days a week. No problems with traffic or cars or anything like that. So I just want to say that the Pierces have been wonderful neighbors, and I just want to kind of give my appreciation and approval, if that means anything as well.
It does. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hello. I'm not going to sound as official as everybody else. I just wrote down a couple of sentiments that I feel about the Pierces. I'm Julie Hauser. I'm a resident at 15970 Hilton Street. But 10 years ago, I lived in North Oak Park, and I met Maura Abigail through my son being a student when he was 2 years old. He was Abigail's student from the age of 2 to 4. 2 amazing years. He's my youngest child. I don't want to compare any other educational experiences I had on the record, but I do have to say that the Pierces became very good friends of our whole family. And just the warmth and nurturing that Abigail exudes in her whole life through her family and the community and the kids that she teaches just really enriches the whole world. And I wanted to say a couple of points about her. Number one, other people have mentioned her calmness, her friendliness, her happiness, and also the way that she can understand children. She just seems to connect to them, understand them, and respect them, and knows how to teach them from there, and enriches them from their personality and the way that they learn. It's really an education for parents too to witness. Her cleanliness is amazing. I'm kind of a fan of the spontaneity of garage sales. And sometimes I would call Abigail, hey, do you need something like this for your garden, your nursery? And only the most impeccable standards, only if it's in mint condition, only if it's, and she'll have to inspect it before we would bring it in or anything like that. I can't say I've acquired anything for her, but I just want to give something to this amazing enterprise. So when I've offered those things, I just want you to know that's her top priority is it safe? Is it clean? Is it appropriate, age appropriate? Does it fit? And my child just has the most wholesome memories, as do I, of going and coming and all the enriching experiences, the wholesomeness, the nature, her character. I'm sure it'll just be amazing. A couple more kids in the house educated here. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Josh Singer. I live at 25209 Prairie Drive. I've known Pierces for quite some time now. I think going on 20 years now. John is I can literally say, probably one of my best friends in the entire world. Can you hear me okay? A little better?
Maybe just pull the microphone up a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, is that a little better?
That's better.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
It's not you.
So I just wanted to lend my heartfelt support for the daycare, and I wanted just to share my personal experience that we sent our oldest son to their daycare, and I couldn't have been more happier with the quality of education that I received there. She's a very, very exceptionally warm and kind and just very present teacher. Just to share one quick anecdote. We still have, my son now is 9, he was there when he was, I think, 2, right? And to this day, in our dining room, we have a life-size sort of cutout picture that she took of him one day and posted on where his arms and legs and trunk of his body are small little Post-it notes of all the wonderful things that she noticed in him and made a note of that. And that encouragement and that seeing such good in him, without a doubt, I know, has contributed so much to his self-esteem, to his sense of self-worth. So I just wanted to lend my heartfelt support and to them continuing. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
My name is Rivka Weinberg. I live at 15837 George Washington. I'm right around the corner from the Pierces. And I sent my daughter Hadassah, who is now 8, to the Pierces a few years ago. She loved it, and that was the year of COVID when all the schools shut down. And she had the most amazing via Zoom program that my kids, I had a daughter who was 4 at that time, whose school shut down, and she didn't hear from them. And she loved coming in on to my 2-year-old daughter's Zoom class that Mora Abigail included her and would send home the projects for her to do too. So she became like a secondary classmate and loved it as well. And I have a 2-year-old that was with Mora Abigail this past year who loves her teacher. And we're so happy with all the skills that she's learned. So we hope that she can grow her program. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Eleanor Fine. I live at 16313 Addison, just around the corner from the Pierces. I've had the pleasure of knowing them for many years, but more recently I sent my daughter 2 years ago to Abigail's program, and she absolutely loved it. She was like incredibly excited to go to school every day, and on Saturday and Sunday when she couldn't go, she was very upset. You know, as echoed earlier, you know, like Abigail is just the most patient, kind, and warm teacher, and it's just a fantastic environment for children and an asset to our neighborhood and community. And I'm looking forward to sending my next daughter there, hopefully this coming year. So.
Thank you. Any additional public comment?
Hi, my name is Bluma Gordon. I sent my daughter, I live about a block away from Abigail. I sent my daughter Shoshana around 2 years ago. My daughter is painfully shy. She also had a problem with toilet training. During that year, she got toilet trained under the auspice, under Mora Abigail. I was very surprised that she was actually able to do that. She was also, there was no anxiety, no concern. She spoke to her teacher, in contrast to the school where it was much more of a challenge, where she did not speak to the teacher, was kind of like selectively mute. I saw such a big contrast, which only shows how much she helped her develop and grow and how comfortable she was in that warm, caring environment. And I really look forward to seeing her grow as a parent and as a neighbor.
I didn't catch your address. Would you mind stating your address for the record?
16987 Addison.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Aaron Alter. I live at 15905 Hardin Circle, it's about a block and a half away. My son Yehuda is a little over 1. He's been going there for a few weeks now, and he is growing immensely. We see him and more skills, playing. He's very happy to go. He comes home organized, well-fed, taken care of. We love sending him there, and he's very well taken care of. And I definitely think she would, it would be a good service to the community if her group could be made larger and more for more children. Thank you.
Thank you. That may be everybody. If you'd like to speak, go ahead.
Hi, Nechama Michelle. I'm at 157. Nechama Michelle.
Gotta get everybody in height order next time. So
it's okay. 15790 Fairfax Street, also right in the neighborhood. I've been sending my daughter, who started off as a 2-year-old, not comfortable going to people she didn't know. I'm thinking about the times she cried in the beginning, and now at the end of the year, she was asking to go and waiting for me to take her. With Mora Abigail, she has grown so much, learned so much. Mora Abigail is so organized, caring, and she just blossomed so much this year. So I hope we can see a bigger group, and we're so happy to have her in our neighborhood. Thank you.
thank you. Any additional public comment? Yes.
So I'm Tova Winters, 16250 Templar Circle, also down the block from Abigail. We're good family friends, as well as my daughter's going to be attending playgroup there next year, which I'm very much looking forward. I've seen her in action both as a parent and as a daycare provider, I guess a teacher. I'm really, really the top of the top. Just the way she cares for the kids, teaching them like just skills both socially and being able to like play with each other and being able to learn like skills on their own. But I really hope that we can get her into an even greater place that we could service more people.
Thank you. All right. Another one?
Hello, my name is Aura Rosenfeld. My daughter Goldie was in Abigail's class when she was 2. She's 7 now. She just finished the first grade and she finished the top of her class, and it helped that her first school year when she was 2. And Abigail was a very, very loving, caring environment, calm. The classroom was always calm. There was always a full schedule of activities from beginning of the day to end of the day. She learned so much that year, and it was just a very loving, growing environment for her. And it took her forward into her school years, and she's doing great now.
Thank you.
Hi, Ricky Greenwald. My son went to Morvigal's class for 2 years, actually, and it was so great. She also was really good with, working with each child, on their own level and helping them grow at their own pace. And it would be great to see if she could have a bigger group and reach more children.
Okay. Could you state your address before you go? Thanks.
17138 Shervilla Place.
We may have heard from everybody. Any additional public comment? No? All right. No one can say anything bad. Close the public hearing at this time. That might be a new record of positivity for the night. So that's good. Dr. Stevens-Gunn, any
I do have one question, and you can approach the podium. I noticed that your hours are 8:30 to 4. Are you planning to accommodate those who actually work later, like 5:30, and they don't even, if they work downtown, they're not making it back out here to 6:30, or how does that work?
Not at this time, as being a mother is paramount importance to me. So as my children get bigger and I feel like I can expand more hours, I guess I'll be coming back to see you. But for right now, for the foreseeable future, until 4 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Martin?
Well, one, let me ask Mr. Mason something. We have hours that you said at the beginning, 8:30 to 4, and then 8:30 to 2:30, I think it was. But on the documentation we have, it has, on the recommendations, it has 7 to 6.
Yeah, it was highlighted because I didn't have the final, that was like a preliminary from a prior discussion. So the one that I gave at the beginning is the updated numbers that was provided by.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure we had realistic hours that she was actually looking for. And as I said, there was her current hours, then potential growth. We wanted to go with the potential growth hours so that it didn't have to come back. So what's on the actual, if you look at the recommendation on the screen up here, it's corrected to the hours. It's just that was one of those dialogues. I was getting packets out on time, but I needed to get clarification. And sometimes we're still putting the polish on this thing. Like I got the revised plans for that first appeal this morning. So, we work with the applicants to try to close those gaps. So it is Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, Friday, 8:30 to 2 is the requested hours of operation.
Before, in our previous meeting, I asked questions about the basement and water. And with the heavy rains we got Monday, did you have any problems with the basement?
Thank God, no.
Okay. Only because of the children's impact, that children will be there, I would suggest that the planning department recommend that you have an annual mold and mildew test, only to make sure you stay within safety parameter because of the French drain and the possibility of problems, especially with carpet on the floor. That's the only thing. I think with your, based on your support and everything, I think you've got a wonderful idea. I just have a problem with the house itself only because of the water problem. Thank you.
To the planning department, I don't believe that would be in our scope of recommendation to do something that's a building department kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be the state licensing and the building department
Yeah.
would address those issues, because they have to pass their building inspections as well. So that would be addressed then. If the pump's been in the basement water, if they would do the inspection, they don't find mold, they don't find water damage, they can't hold back an approval on the basis that it may have leaked in the past if the issue's been addressed.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's a good suggestion, but I don't think it's a requirement, or it can be a requirement by us. It's not.
It should be. Only, and here again, as I say, only because of the child, but I understand. Yeah. It's just my thought. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Wills?
Thank you. We have a letter in the file from, I think, a friend, and I was commenting on this absolutely glowing letter. I have been here for a number of years, and I have never seen this level of support that is absolutely positive. I have to give you kudos for being the person who would earn that kind of support. I heard enthusiasm, smiles, glowing. I don't know how many times I heard the word amazing, skilled, growth, top letter, and so let me commend you for what you have done so far, and you absolutely have my support.
Thank you.
Okay.
Tom, I have a question for you. Okay, why aren't we giving her 7 to 6 so she doesn't have to come back in 2 years when her, I'm just asking.
I mean, we could. I think we set those hours on the outer edge, just knowing how daycares sometimes operate. Like a commercial daycare, those would probably definitely be the hours. But in a home daycare, like I said, if they've got their own children, if want to go wider on the hours, it's within the board's purview. We generally ask the applicant, and if the answer they give us seems reasonable, we put that in as the recommendation. And
Just because we've done it for other businesses, so I just wondered if it was different for a daycare.
That's why when you said, like, now my hours are this, now my hours may become this if I'm able to grow it, we went with the longer request. But, if you want to make sure that it's totally covered, you could do 8 to 5.
Because you don't have to be open from 7 to 6.
No, it's not a
So my
requirement.
parents are here, and if they hear I'm open to 7 to 6.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
But we could put it in fine print. So.
I was just trying to save you a trip back.
Thank you. Yes, I would appreciate that suggestion. We could put it from 7 to 6.
Okay. Forget I ever said that.
All you have to do is wake up at 4 a.m., start if possible. I do have a clarification now that we're talking about this. So is the approval just the house address, or is it the operator and the house address?
It's
for
the
special
use at that location.
Okay.
So like, once a special land use is on a property, say you get a special land use for gas station. That gas station can sell to a new operator, and it's still got a special land use, a gas station. Special land uses like variances from the zoning board run with the land.
Okay.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, they do run with the land. So that is one of those things, but they have to meet, it has to be configured, as it was presented. It has to operate and follow the conditions as presented. So while it is not tied to a specific operator, it is tied to the conditions of the approval. And if you note, like, it is based on the documents, facts, and representations and stipulations placed before the board. So if someone showed up and wanted to do this very differently than the way it's been presented, then this wouldn't apply, because this approval only applies to what's been presented to you.
Okay.
So there is a technicality there. Technically, the use would be allowed for another operator, but they still have to get state licensed. They still have to inspections, and they would still have to operate per this plan that was presented to you, more or less. So major deviations from that wouldn't make the approval go away. It just wouldn't make the approval usable by that person.
Okay.
Can I add something? The state licensing, if I would move addresses, I would need to let them know and the process started again. So no one can come and move into my house and start operating a daycare under my name. That's not gonna
They would have to apply for a new state license.
Correct.
Yeah,
The
zoning
state license is
approval.
specific to the operator and the location.
Right, correct.
Specific
So
to both.
it's not.
But the special land use, just because of the way land use approvals work, run with the land.
Okay. Interesting. Because this is still relatively new, the 12 daycare. I think it's the last 10, 12 years that we've been allowing it as a use, as a special land use.
Yeah, it used to be in many places that the family daycares and the group daycares are special land uses, but the Zoning Enabling Act changed so that the family daycares had to be a permitted use by right in a home.
Yeah.
The group daycares can be a special land use in a city, but they're not required to be. It's whatever your local ordinance says. So, yeah, it's an interesting situation. So.
Sorry, long sidebar, but now we have an interesting answer. Did you have Mr. Burdette?
Thank you. And thank you for these pictures. This is so nice. I wish my grandkids weren't so old. But I'd like to ask you, you indicated at the last meeting there would be 2 employees, 2 staff
Myself
managers.
and someone else, correct.
Right. The other person, what are their credentials?
What is it? So again, I put them through the state credentials, which means fingerprinting. They have to take, can you hear me? Fingerprinting and safety training, knowing how to deal with children, TB tests, and CPR and first aid, and 10 hours of continuous education as well per year.
So he'll be, or she'll be qualified.
Correct.
CPR and training and all of that. What are the ages of your students or children going to be?
It varies from year to year, but I would say potentially 6 months to 3 going on 4.
Wow.
Every year is different. Some children come back to me, a second year.
Mm-hmm. Kudos to you, 6 months and all. Well, thank you. It's a very, and you're well represented, so that says a lot about you. And I really enjoyed listening to the one young lady who spoke on how you reacted to the COVID situation, because that was, that shut down a lot of places. So thank you, Renee.
Welcome.
That's all.
Additional questions or comments? Nice job. This is literally one of the most positive showings of support ever,
Right.
and it's helpful. You checked all the boxes before this, but this
Right.
really speaks a lot. To the planning department, do we have a recommendation?
Yes, sir. We are recommending a favorable recommendation for special land use PSLU 25-005 by Abigail Pierce to operate a group childcare home at 24749 Maryland Street. The factors that the special land use residential character shall be maintained. Subject property located not to hinder any natural or presumed residential development of the area or negatively impact the woods or wetlands. Location, size, intensity of operation, designed to eliminate any possible adverse impacts. Follows spirit and purpose of the ordinance and follows sound planning principles. Shouldn't have any detrimental effect on vehicle or traffic, and should not produce any harmful adverse effects like noise, dirt, glare, odor, fumes, and will not be adverse to the promotion of health, safety, and welfare of the community. As always, the approved is based on the documents, facts, representations, and stipulations submitted with the application and placed on the record during the public hearing by the petitioner or their representatives. Two conditions are continuous compliance with all applicable ordinances, codes, laws, and statutes. Petitioner must perform all work under plans, permits, and final inspections approved by the city of Southfield, and hours of operation Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, Friday, 8:30 to 2.
Thank you. Then we're looking for a recommendation.
To the chair.
Commissioner Burdette.
To the chair, I'd like to make a motion of approval for PSLU 25-0005.
Second.
We got a favorable recommendation by Commissioner Burnette, supported by Commissioner Martin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of your recommendations in the audience.
Yeah, and this will have to go back to council next month, but I'll follow up with you on the dates for those meetings.
Thanks.
Wow, everybody knows.
All right, meeting minutes, June 4th, June 16th and June 25th of this year.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Meyer.
gotta wait till they leave the room.
We can wait. Yeah, we can wait a second.
Yeah.
Is everybody at home?
Just our friend is left.
To the chair, I'd like to recommend favorable approval for the June 4th study meeting, the June 16th joint meeting with City Council, and the June 25th regular meeting of the Planning Commission minutes.
Support.
I have favorable recommendation to approve the minutes by Commissioner Martins. Go ahead, Commissioner Martins.
I'm sorry, I forgot, there's one small recommendation. For the June 16th joint meeting with City Council, I'd like to suggest that they correct Councilwoman Hoag's name, the spelling of her name.
Okay.
And with that modification, support.
Thank you.
Got a favorable recommendation with the modifications noted by Commissioner Martin, supported by Commissioner Willis. All in favor? Aye. All right, minutes are approved. Public comment. This is a public comment portion of the meeting. To open that up again, most of the public has left the room, but if any members of the public would like to speak, please approach. State your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes.
Lance Lanier, 18800 Goldwyn Street, Southfield, obviously. I was invited to come back, so I came back so I could add more to my notes for my presentation. I was wondering if there were going to be more people than what there were, because I know last time it was only those two, and it was still only those two. I was amazed at how much support Mrs. Pierce had, and I was taking notes on how she and her supporters were able to sell a story and successfully persuade, looking at their techniques. I took notes of just how the proceedings went, and it was very insightful, and I'm appreciative. What I've learned the most from this is that you shouldn't judge people by their cover. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming back.
Come on back.
We'd like to thank you for coming again. You're our future.
See no other members of the public here. Close the public comment section of the meeting. All right. Now we have council items updates.
Yep, just a couple items here. The amendment to the master plan to include the DDA strategic plan was approved by council for release for review and comment by our neighboring municipalities and other agencies. I got to get those letters out this week, but when we send the letters out, they'll have 63 days to get their comments back to us, at which time we'll come back to the Planning Commission for a public hearing on that amendment, and then it'll go to council for final ruling on that. Next item up, the DIA Partners in Public Art mural relocation, which was going to be on the side of the ice arena by where the pool is, because they're going to build a new pool. We had to move that because we didn't want to put it on a building that might be substantially modified shortly. So we got approval of the council to relocate that to the front of the Arts and Crafts Museum, or Arts and Crafts building, which is that little building that's right next to the tennis courts, where that little turnoff is. That faces, it's a pretty visible spot. We're going to kind of move the sign and redo the landscaping a little bit to make it more visible, but there'll be a mural coming to that surface soon. Done by a Detroit muralist called Backpack, who's pretty well known. 27301 West 11 Mile ODD rezoning was approved. They've got to get enacted at the next regular meeting later this next month, and then that'll be official, so they're going to get their additional uses so they can backfill that property a little better, and also just kind of make it suit its physical characteristics. It's very odd to me that it was ever zoned B2, but apparently it was built under B2, which is strange given how it's actually configured, but stuff happened in the past. Anyway, Flagpole Heights zoning text amendment was approved. That one will be enacted at the end of next month. And then the office uses in the B districts, that zoning amendment was enacted. So it's going to be published August 7th, and that'll be effective. That allows the office uses in the B1, the B2, and B3. So you won't see any more of those special land use requests for these small office uses to go into these commercial buildings, because it'll now be permitted, which should save us all a bit of grief in trying to explain that to applicants, is always a little interesting. So generally pretty good progress on a lot of items at the last council meeting. So we're moving along. And that's all we have for the council update, if there's any questions.
Yes.
Yep.
At the joint meeting with the council, there was a lot of talk about the parties on Melrose and in that area.
Yep.
Is there any update available on that?
I saw that a couple of those parties actually found the person responsible and prosecuted them and actually they pled guilty to there's a house party ordinance, I didn't even know. They pled guilty and were given probation, but told if there was another offense, probation wouldn't be an option. So the judge fined them, gave them probation and community service, and told them another offense would land them in jail. So there were 2 of those party operators who were prosecuted, actually. Got that email today, updating the council and the staff on that. So the police and the legal department are going after those folks and prosecuting them. So hopefully we'll see a drop in that as word of that gets around. But just having had 2 convictions on it, like I said, I got to imagine there's a network of people who do that kind of stuff, and when they find out Southfield's not a do whatever you want town, hopefully that means they'll go elsewhere.
And also, I believe there was a request. We never got an update on the final plans for Lasher Woods Park.
Oh yeah, I've got to get those for you.
And we still haven't gotten.
It does appear from when I looked at the permit plans, they made some changes without doing an admin site plan review for the modifications. But
Yeah, I know
the building
this.
department issued the permits, so kind of puts us in an awkward situation, but it's funny because when Terry first started here, and I won't go into this in a lot of detail because we're televised, but apparently when he started here, Parks and Rec wasn't even applying for site plan approval. They were just doing stuff.
I was just asking for the final layout. That was all, because people. Do we know a date when they potentially will open?
Yeah, that I've heard.
That I've gotten emails from residents.
Yeah, I've heard they're still planning on trying to get it open by the end of summer, so maybe in August. They're still working out a few kinks with the gate system and the licensing and the fob system, but it's supposed to be by end of summer, or at least early fall is the last I heard from Parks. If I don't get back to you tomorrow, just send me an email and I'll pull those plans for her and I can just send you a PDF to look at.
Okay. And last but not least, that's it.
All right. And I think that
we got going past 7:15 is not my fault.
No, we had a very positive crowd today.
Yes.
We do have the miscellaneous here. Just the August meetings, the 6th and the 27th, and because we don't really need it, we're recommending cancellation of the August 13th meeting. If you want to take action on that this evening, then we can just lock that in.
To the chair,
Let's cancel it.
motion to cancel the August 13th, 2025 meeting.
Support, just to make sure we get it done.
All right, I got a favorable motion to cancel the August 13th meeting by Commissioner Martin, supported by Commissioner Willis. All in favor? Aye. Nobody opposed, all right.
Sounds good. That's all we have from staff.
What are we going to do about this rain?
That's it, huh?
To the chair,
Gets out of our purview.
I motion that we adjourn the meeting.
To the chair, motion to ask the question from, well, weren't you waving?
We've got a motion to adjourn the meeting by Dr. Stevens Gunn. Can I have a support?
Sorry.
Sorry. Supported by Commissioner Goodman Dye. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.